I try not to use my phone too much right when I wake up, so there's an automation running that starts to play music on my HomePods around my house, opens my curtains, and turns on the news in my living room for a hands-free start to my day. I also have my action button set to give me today's calendar so that I can quickly see what's up next for me, which removes all the guesswork from my day so that I can just get up and start my day. Just one of the ways that I simplify my mornings. Oh, and before I actually get up, the stand that I'm using right now is the ESR 3-in-1 stand. It's got a Qi 2 charger with a built-in fan that provides ventilation and stops your phone from overheating. So that's going to let you charge at a more consistent pace, and it's going to stop the overheating that leads to battery degradation, really for long-term battery health. It also has an AirPods charger built in the base for convenient charging, and an Apple Watch module tucked into the back, which not only charges your watch, but it also is modular so that you can take it out and plug it in elsewhere, which is just a really cool thing to have. Overall, a really low profile charger for my nightstand. But really, it's just the start of my day, and there's so much more to get to. Let's get into it. So another day in the life. I am so excited to share with you guys what it's been like to use the iPhone 16 Pro as a previous 13 mini user. You know, what do the new features or the larger screen really do for me in my day-to-day? Plus, you know, some of the larger features and some of the accessories that I've been using every single day. Let's get started. So most of my mornings are spent down here working out in my gym. For this I use Fitbod, a workout app that I've talked about just a bunch of times on this channel. Not a sponsor, just simply an incredible app. And one of the very few that I actually pay for a premium subscription for. So you tell it what equipment that you have available at home or at the gym, then based on that it's going to give you a full workout that you can follow along with. It also considers any muscles that you haven't fully recovered when building that workout. And at the end of the workout, you also get this summary where it logs your progress and then tells you how much you've actually been improving. As somebody who's always struggled to make workout plans and then just didn't show up to the gym, I will say the automation of this entire process genuinely makes me show up more to the gym. And for anybody who caught it in the beginning of the clip, to prop up my phone, I'm using the ESR Geo wallet stand. I used to use a Nomad charger down here, but I find first thing in the morning, I don't really need to charge my phone. And I like being able to move it around the room while I'm working out. So this has come in really handy and something I like to keep around throughout my day. It's got super strong MagSafe built in, so it easily stays connected to my phone, which is awesome. It also has this finger loop built into the back, which is helpful throughout my day when I'm moving it around. Bonus, it also fits up to 3 cards in it, which is great for me for my license and anything else that I'm using. But now, it's 7 a.m., let's get going. So I'm going out for a walk with Hallie and I'm here at the beach. The one thing that's super important about being out, using a phone in one hand that's not a super one-handed phone means it's prone to drops. So that's actually where I'm using 2 things here. A glass screen protector paired with a Cyber Tough case from ESR. The screen protector is one that I've been using all year with my iPhone 16 Pro, and that's the Ultra Tempered Glass Screen Protector from ESR. It comes with an easy applicator that you can drop your phone into and perfectly aligns the protector every time. This screen protector has 110-pound force resistance, and the glass surface hasn't scratched once in any of my tests throughout the year. I love these things. Great value, easy application, and they come in a pack of 3 protectors. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to pick one up. Then you get to the case. I've talked about this one on the channel a bunch of times. Super durable, giving this more boxy shape to the phone that I really like. It's got military grade protection for those accidental drops if you do drop it, and it has a built-in stash stand around the camera ring that pops out to be a stand on the go. But most importantly, in my opinion, it's got 1,500 grams of magnetic strength, making it way, way stronger than traditional MagSafe with all of your existing MagSafe accessories, which I find really important, by the way. You know, if you're using any sort of MagSafe wallet, for example, you're gonna want it to be able to stick. So this is a huge game changer for me. I love it a lot. This is kind of why I use ESR cases to begin with. Now, one thing that doesn't get enough credit from ESR here is the Halo Lock car stand, something I've been talking about for like 5 years on the channel at this point. Just a simple MagSafe stand that props your phone up while you drive, right? Makes sense. But there's so much that they got right here, like the incredible magnetic strength. So when you drive over bumps, your phone's not just gonna fall off of it. I don't know how they do it, honestly, with a product that is so small. And then it's also got these fans built in to keep your phone cool so that when you're driving in the summer, the sun is beating down, you're listening to music while navigating, and your phone's obviously gonna try to get hot, it'll stay cool and it'll continue charging at a steady pace. You know, the layers of things that I wouldn't even think of or consider if I was designing something like this really goes a long way here. Like I said, been using it for like 5 years now, and I love it. Highly recommend. So now I'm here in my office where I'm going to spend most of my morning. Here I've got the Nomad Stand 1 charger, a charger that I use for the sleek and subtle design. It's perfect for putting my phone on in standby mode. I just love it. There's like a million other things in here that I could say a lot about with like an office setup, like my studio display versus the Samsung M8 monitor, which is my secondary display. But I'll save a lot of that for a longer office tour. Let me know in the comments if you want that. For now, I will fast forward my day to lunch. So I'm in my kitchen for lunch. Midday battery check. My phone is sitting still over 60% battery. And I actually didn't keep my phone on the stand 1 today because I wanted to show you the realistic battery drain throughout the day without constantly topping up throughout the day. And overall, I am finding that this battery does pretty much last me all day. Now, it's not like the Pro Max that gives you full 2-day battery life. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that it is, but it's still full day battery life. And that's even with running the iOS 26 beta right now, which is great to say. And speaking of the beta, I am running the iOS 26 developer beta, so if you notice any glitches on screen, that's what that's about. The new glassy look is changing a lot from each beta, but I still like it a lot at this point. The lock screen has this new time that can stretch the entire length of your screen, which looks really cool, and then as you get notifications, it automatically shortens. Otherwise, the whole system just looks a lot more fun, more fluid controls, especially in media apps. It just looks completely new. It'll keep changing before it's released to the public, but as of now, I like it a lot. Stay tuned for more videos on that. So this afternoon, I'm doing some filming, and what this highlights, what I love about the iPhone 16 Pro is the cameras. So obviously I have the Sony camera here that I shoot a lot on, but when I can cut out all of that noise and just use the camera in the Pro with the built-in amazing quality mics, the quality of the lenses, the built-in stabilization without needing a gimbal, and then to view it all in 120 Hertz on an incredibly clear screen. It's just really nice to leave everything else behind sometimes and just shoot with the iPhone, which I think was Apple's entire idea, and it is incredible. So there's a lot of things to love about the iPhone 16 Pro. And if you're like me and you switched from the 13 mini, there's a lot of reasons to trade in that small portable form factor for a phone with all of these features like this. I love my mini, but I was feeling its age, and the step up to the 16 Pro felt like a breath of fresh air in so many ways. Right away unlocking it, it felt so smooth with the 120 Hertz display. The bezels are so small in comparison. And that just meant scrolling and swiping or watching content was all absolutely incredible in something smaller than a Pro Max. The cameras have been the single-handed best change, making everything look crisp and vibrant. I test a lot of phones, and in my opinion, this has the best cameras I've ever used on a smartphone. I really do opt to use footage from this over my actual camera sometimes. And at the end of the day, I have enough battery life to make it through the entire day. Like I said, the battery does last just enough to get you through that single day. So that's a semi-uneventful day in the life of how I'm using my 16 Pro. After this video, I'm going to be back to testing the 13 mini before the new iPhones come out. If you guys have any questions about what it was like to use the 16 Pro, the product shown in this video, or the 13 mini that I'm heading back to, let me know all of that in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to ESR for sponsoring this video. And at the end of the day, I'm just putting this phone back on its charger, letting it charge up to do it all again the next day.